Hello everybody, it's Bizaah, and today I was thinking about what it would be like if TODO was in Jujutsu Shenanigans. And after thinking about it, I don't think TZE is going to add him for quite a while. So I've taken it upon myself to add him to the game. So subscribe, or else I'm going to tell TZE to never add TODO ever. Okay, so straight away I've run into an issue. Character concepts look stupid unless you have a HUD. And the issue is, I can't just take Jujutsu Shenanigans HUD straight off their game. So I'm going to have to recreate it as best as I can. Getting all these frames to be exact and getting the fonts right is really hard. I genuinely don't believe I even got the right font here, but I think I've managed to get something that looks kind of like the Awakening bar. And after looking at the tools for the moves, they don't seem like regular tools. So what I believe is that TZE made fake tools to give that same aesthetic, but also being able to customize them by adding like cooldowns and stuff over the top of them. So what I've done is the exact same thing. I've made some boxes, put a number on top of them, and put the name of the move inside the middle. This object is also inside of a grid so that I can place multiple down, and they should automatically slot in like tools do. If you add a blue square over the top and add a gradient to that, later we can code it to display the cooldowns. And there you go, a recreation of Jujutsu Shenanigans HUD. I don't have the buttons near the top, but that isn't super needed, and we can do that later. Okay, next I'm going to make an input system. This will allow the game to read what button presses I do. And while coding it, I added a simple cooldown system that displays your cooldowns on top of the moves just like in the real game. I think my creation's pretty spot on. Okay, now I want to design a moveset for TODO. I'll probably just do his boogie woogie technique, because that's the main thing of TODO. But if you want to see me make his other moves, make sure you like and subscribe and tell me in the comments, because if the video doesn't get much traction, there's really no point in me making another one, is there? So when designing his moveset, I want to make TODO feel unique in the game, and give him some interesting environment interactions as well as player interactions. Now his special, boogie woogie, is exactly what you expect it is. It's TODO's main tool, clapping. When you clap, you'll trade positions with people, and or cursed objects. What counts as a cursed object is up to TZE. Also, if you trade positions with a player, it should make it so their own projectiles can hit them. So if Megumi uses his frog move on you, you can trade positions with him and have him hit himself. Same thing with stuff like Gojo's red and Hikari's pinballs and doors. For his first move, I'm also thinking of a counter, which literally just does exactly what Boogie Woogie does, but as a counter. Now Boogie Woogie as a special would have a range, which would probably be similar to Gojo's blue, but the clap counter would have no range limit. So if someone threw this fire extinguisher on top of the Twin Towers, and it hit you, you'd trade positions with them. And that could lead to some really funny things. Move 2 is Energy Imbuement, which is TODO's rock throw move. He would put cursed energy onto the rock, and then throw it towards his enemies. And the rock is literally just a projectile, so if it hits you, it does damage. But if you press your special button while the rock is active, you'll trade positions with the rock, allowing you to throw the rock and then teleport to where it is, which should be like probably the most fun movement option in the game. Move 3 is Boogie, and this would just be a combo extender that has a pretty cool animation. I'm thinking you punch someone, trade positions with them, kick someone, trade positions with them, and then punch them again, and you can combo extend off that. It lasts about half the time that Curse Strikes lasts, and isn't as good at starting combos as Curse Strikes or catching people like Hikari's doors. So it would be arguably one of the worst combo extenders in the game, but it makes up for it by doing more damage than both of those. And number 4 is called Favor Return. I know my moveset names are really bad. This would be a heavy punch, which goes about double the distance of Hikari's doors. And then, TODO's going to sprint towards the enemy, which kind of works like Manji Kick on how it gets towards people really quickly. And then you start kicking them while they're on the ground. He does this in his first fight with Yuji, and it has room for some really cool finishes. Speaking of finishes, I'm thinking if you kill someone with Rock Throw, it makes TODO teleport to them and then do his Black Flash. Okay, no more talking about the moveset, and hello to all the people that skipped the moveset part. Now I'm going to start making TODO special. First off, we need to animate his clap. I tried to imitate Jujutsu Shenanigans animation style here, but I'm going to be honest, I kind of failed. I'm not saying the animation looks bad or anything, but if I did it in my own style, it would look way better. The simplistic movements here are not my kind of thing, but it's as close to regular Jujutsu Shenanigans animations as I could get. Left Right's really good at his job. If you don't know who he is, he's the animator that recently made Mahito's like worm train move. He did the animation for that. Okay, so with the animation out of the way, let's make some VFX for it. I started off with these little blue lights that I then used a particle emitter trick to give a black outline. This allows me to make particles that look like his cursed energy without going into Photoshop and making it by hand. Then I added multiple bright lights that stretch in different directions. This is completely randomized, so the light will look a little different every single time. And then I added 2 dust clouds going in each direction of the clap, because TODO's pretty strong and, you know, dust appears from his hands apparently. Putting that all together and having the particles activate when your hands touch gives you this effect, and I think it looks kind of alright. Problem is I don't really have anywhere cool to show it off. So I'm going to quickly build a small area of the Jujutsu Shenanigans map, and it doesn't need to look exactly perfect. If you ask me, I saturated the colours a little bit too much. I also made every player a little too bright as well, because I was trying to imitate their lighting, but I can't figure it out, so I've just come up with this, and it looks okay, so you know, I'll just leave it at that. And now with a small portion of the city that only looks good from one camera angle, I'm able to start coding the Boogie Woogie. And it's just really simple. You're swapping the position of two characters. That is probably some of the easiest code you can come up with. It also detects if you're hovering over an enemy that's allowed, so I could later add an attribute to a block that lets me teleport with cursed objects. But for now, it's only players that have this attribute, so here's the finished Boogie Woogie, trading places with TZE himself. If I really wanted to, I could also change places with the dummies I was animating on. And that's all I've got for this video of making TODO. Again, if you'd like to see me continue, tell me in the comments, give me a like and subscribe. And if you have any other ideas, please join my Discord down below in the description. I'm more than happy to hear them. Also, stop calling me a fucking femboy!